Okay, good morning children. Yesterday we discussed one of the important topic plasmolysis and root pressure, transpiration, structure of the stomata, types of the stomatas. Now today we are going to discuss one of the important topic from the first chapter continuation, that is how do plants absorb water. Okay, same the first chapter continuation. First chapter continuation. First chapter continuation. First chapter continuation. How plants absorb water. How plants absorb water. How plants absorb water. How plants absorb water. Okay. So already you know that meaning. Water which is present in the soil, that is absorbed by the roots. Here the roots having tiny microscopic hairs that are called root hairs. So root hairs are the slender extensions from the epidermal cells of the roots. So root hairs are slender extensions from the epidermal cells. These root hairs are arranged from epidermal cells. Epidermal cells. Root hairs are slender extensions from the root epidermal cells. So water and minerals are absorbed by the root hairs by the process of diffusion. The root hairs absorb the water and minerals by the process of diffusion. Once water was entered into the root hairs, once the water was absorbed by the root hairs, the water enter into the deep layers of the roots by two pathways. From the root hairs, the water was entered into the deep layers of the roots with the help of two pathways. The two pathways are called, one is apoplast pathway, another one is symplast pathway. Apoplast pathway and symplast. Apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. Okay, apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. Apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. Apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. But what is apoplast pathway? What is apoplast pathway? But what is apoplastic system? Apoplastic system is the system of interconnected cell walls of the adjacent cells. Okay, apoplastic system is the system of interconnected cell walls. Here, these cell walls, all the cell walls are connected through the apoplastic system. Apoplastic system is the system of connection of the cell walls of the adjacent cells. So the cell wall of this is connected with another cell wall. The cell wall of this cell is connected with another cell walls. But except Casparian strips, this is the Casparian strips now. Except the Casparian strips of the endodermis. Apoplastic system is the system of connection of the cell walls of the adjacent cells, except the Casparian strips of the endodermis. Okay. So this is all apoplastic system now. This is the cell wall. This is the epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle. Okay. These special structures are called plasmodesma. Okay. These special structures are called plasmodesmata. Okay. So here, apoplast system is the system of interconnection of the cell walls of the adjacent cells. All the cell walls are connected here. Okay, except the place here you can see Casparian strips of the endodermis. Okay, except these places, remaining all places, all cell walls are interconnected. So this interconnected system of cell walls is called apoplastic system. In this apoplastic system, water moves through the intercellular spaces and water moves through cell walls. Through the cell walls only water moves. The movement of water is carried out through gradient concentration. And here, apoplastic system, in this apoplastic system, it does not provide any barrier to the water movement. There should be a bulk mass flow of water. In the apoplastic system, there is any barriers for flowing of water. The movement of water is a mass flow. The movement of water is mass flow, bulk flow. Okay. As water evaporates into the intercellular spaces, a tension means one type of pressure. As the water evaporates into the intercellular spaces, a tension develops on the continuous stream of water. Whenever the water evaporates into the intercellular spaces or atmosphere, a tension develops in the continuous stream of water because of the adhesive and cohesive properties of the water. So there is a bulk flow of water, there is a mass flow of water, there should be no barriers for movement of water. Because of the concentration gradient, water moves continuously through the intercellular spaces or through the cell walls. There is no barriers for movement of water. Mass flow of water is carried out. Okay. Whenever the water evaporates into the intercellular spaces, a tension developed in the continuous stream of water because of the adhesive and cohesive properties of the water. Because of the adhesive and cohesive properties of the water moves continuously. Okay, this is about the apoplastic system. Okay, except the Casparian strips. But what is symplastic system? Symplastic system is the system of interconnection of protoplast. Symplastic system is the system of interconnection of protoplast. Okay, all cells, the protoplasm of all cells connects through cytoplasmic strands that are extended through plasmodesmata. Here you can see plasmodesmata are there. All the cells, the cytoplasm is connected through the cytoplasm of one cell is connected with the cytoplasm of another cell through plasmodesmata. Here plasmodesmata is there. Here is also plasmodesmata. So with the help of plasmodesmata, the cytoplasm of one cell is connected with another cell. So symplastic system is the system of interconnection of protoplast. The protoplast of one cell is connected with another cell through cytoplasmic strands that can extend through plasmodesmata. Through the plasmodesmata, all the cytoplasms are connected. So in this symplastic system, water moves through the cytoplasm. The intercellular movements carry out through plasmodesmata. But here the movement of water is very slow. Why? Because the water has to cross the cell membrane. So that's why there should be slow movement of water. Water should cross the cell membrane. No? That's why there should be a slow movement of water. So these symplastic system is carried out aided by cytoplasmic streaming. This symplastic system is carried out by cytoplasmic streaming. Cytoplasmic streaming. You can see cytoplasmic streaming in hydrilla plant leaf. You can see cytoplasmic streaming in hydrilla plant leaf. You can see cytoplasmic streaming in hydrilla plant leaf. Because of the cytoplasmic streaming, chloroplast will move in the cytoplasm. So this symplastic system is carried out. The symplastic system is aided by cytoplasmic streaming. Cytoplasm is able to move. Cytoplasmic streaming. You can see clearly cytoplasmic streaming in leaves of hydrilla plant. Because of the cytoplasmic streaming, chloroplast able to move in hydrilla plant leaves. Okay, this is the symplastic system. Okay, mostly the water is carried out, water is transported, water flows mostly through apoplastic system. Here, mostly in roots, the water is carried out through apoplastic system. Here, the cortex cells are loosely packed. There is no resistance to movement of water. The inner boundary of the cortex is endodermis. But here in this endodermis is impervious to water, because in this endodermis suberin matrix, this endodermis having bands of suberized matrix. These bands of suberized matrix are called Casparian strips. These Casparian strips are unable to allow the water through them. Okay, these Casparian strips are made up of suberized matrix. These are the bonds of suberin, which is made up of suberin. Suberized matrix. These are impervious to water. So here there is no water is entered through the Casparian strips. But here in these Casparian strips, the water moves through. In these Casparian strips, the water moves through symplastic system and finally cross the membrane and finally water enter into the xylem. Okay, in these Casparian strips, water moves through symplastic system. Okay, water moves through symplastic system and finally cross the membrane and reach into the xylem. So the movement of water is symplastic in endodermis, especially in endodermis. You can see because of the presence of Casparian strips, the water movement is followed by symplastic only, especially in endodermis. Water moves through symplastic only in endodermis, then finally reach the membrane and finally reach the xylem. Okay. So here you can see none. So these are the root hairs. Here this is the symplastic movement. This is here you can see on the diagram. This is the symplastic movement. This is the epidermis. This is the cortex. This is the endodermis. Endodermis. In the middle, subarachnoid Casparian strips. Casparian strips. Casparian strips. Here pericycle. So here you can see this is a symplastic movement. In this symplastic movement, from the root hair, the water is entered into the epidermis after cortex in the middle of the cells through the cytoplasm. Through the cytoplasm only here water is entering. Okay, through Casparian strips, finally the water is reached to the cortex, endodermis, pericycle, then after goes to xylem. So here, symplastic movement, water was entered through the cytoplasm, and as well as here the water also crossed through the Casparian strips. In the Casparian strips also water is followed symplastic movement only. After the Casparian strips, pericycle after xylem, water was entered into the xylem. Whereas here you can see apoplastic system, the water from the root hair, the water is entered into the epidermal cells through cell walls. Then water is entered into the Casparian strips through intercellular spaces or through cell walls. But here water movement has stopped. Here Casparian strips are there. So in these Casparian strips, apoplastic system is not suitable. Through the apoplastic system, water is not entered into the Casparian strips. So here the water follows symplastic system, then finally reached into the xylem. So this is about the apoplastic and symplastic systems. Next small topic in that only. Some roots maintain symbiotic association with fungi. Some fungi maintain symbiotic association with plant roots. So that type of the roots are called mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza. Some fungi maintain symbiotic relationship with plant roots. Again, fungi, plant roots. That is called mycorrhiza. But what is the benefit to the symbiosis? Fungi provides water and minerals to the roots. Roots provide sugars and nitrogen containing components. In this situation, both are benefited. So that type of the association is called mycorrhiza, which is symbiotic association. Especially the pinus plants, the pinus seeds cannot germinate without the mycorrhiza. Without the formation of the mycorrhiza, the pinus plants cannot germinate. Pinus plants cannot germinate without the formation of the mycorrhiza. So this is the diagram of the apoplastic and symplastic method. This is also movement of the water, how the water is entering into the roots through apoplast, through symplast, from the root hairs after epidermal cells after cortex after endodermis having Casparian strips, endodermis having after pericycle after xylem. Okay, so this is the movement of water. This is the apoplastic and symplastic system. Okay, so this is the movement of the water from the soil to roots. Okay, very important. Apoplastic system and symplastic system. Diagrams, everything important. Okay, thank you children. Tomorrow we have to discuss about opening and closing of stomata. Okay, thank you children. Okay, opening and closing of stomata. In tomorrow class we have to discuss. Yesterday we discussed about the structure of the stomata. What is photoactive stomata? What is scotoactive stomata? What about the especially guard cells? Each stomata is protected with kidney-shaped guard cells. Okay, each stomata is protected with guard cells. Guard cells having microfibrils. So this is about the apoplastic and symplastic system.